It's not under the right title. I don't know if I can change it. Oh, I don't think I can. What's it under? It's not. It's under the 1111, whatever. That's going to have to be changed. That was the last one. Let me see. It's not. It's under the 1111, whatever. That's going to have to be changed. That was the last one. Let me see. So we'll ignore the title, because I did say at 3 o'clock, and I know it's 3 minutes 22 goddess number there, but technical difficulties called my mother rang. So my mum rang because something's happening soon, and she had to speak to me about that, which I'll probably tell you about at a later date, maybe next week. So that's why I'm on later. But we've still got another through. But yeah, it was going to be, I think I entitled it on the community's page, Tea and Tarot at 3. That was a bit late, but that's okay. So I want to put this up so I can see if anyone does come in. If they do or not, that's okay, because I'm just going to chat and do some tarot anyway. We've got Edward in, and Lois. Hi Lois, and Robert, and my turn, and anyone else that may pop in a bit or after work or later on, but I am on later on tonight as well, so I'm doing 2 because I'm off work today. So yeah, I just thought I'd come and have a chat because I wanted to do it in daylight to show you the background, and then later on we'll flip it around when I'm chatting tonight, and we'll have the background paintings up so we can have a bit of a change, because there are many changes that are happening, and you've got to change it up. I brought a new teacup. I'm really bad at buying teacups, and I was actually speaking to Lois when I bought this, and I was like, oh my god, I've just walked down the aisle of mugs, teacups, and we did get rid of some because we've been moving stuff about. We're still getting rid of stuff, but there's some stuff we need a tip for thing that I'm waiting for. But I just saw it, and I can't remember the spiritual story of the hare and the moon, but obviously we know the moon's intuitive. If you know about the hare and the moon, which I'll bring it up, because I did my mum the hare and the moon on some canvas bags that I used to make when I used to paint and sew on them, stitch on them when I used to do that, and I made her one for, I don't know if it was birthday or Christmas, and she wanted the hare and the moon. So this, I'll show you this cup in a minute. This cup of tea reminds me of the hare and the moon. So let's rejog our memories. So many great spiritual little stories out there. I can't see what anyone's saying because I can't see at the minute. Chat. Let's see. And you may have seen, you can get ornaments with the hair and drawings, and people paint the hair. I'll start. Yeah. Well, that was it. The moon gazing hare. I knew it was the hare and the moon or something. Yeah, it's called the moon gazing hare. A lot to do with Ostara as well. If you know about Ostara, I've spoken about that before. The spring goddess, springtime, Ostara. I've talked about Ostara before. Ostara, captivated by the moon, hence the phase, the moon gazing hare, with positive energies such as growth, rebirth, oh my god, and could indeed bring good luck. Well, when I saw this, that's what went off in my head. I thought, what's that? The hare and the moon. Let me get you back on YouTube chat. So it's hilarious, you know, positive energies, changes, new beginnings. Isn't that what we're all going through? Well, some of us are, some people won't, and some people will, but that's okay. Hi Ricardo. So this was the mug. There was one in blue. It was from Morrison's, if anyone's interested, and it's called the red-footed hare mug, and there was a blue one, so I'm assuming that's the blue-footed hare. Made me laugh because it was blue and red, and it is, you know, blue and red. You see that a lot in films, but I fancied the red one, and it's got 2 hares there, 2 little hearts, which is quite cute because we've moved in together, so that's quite funny. But I like it. I like the shape. It's quite big. I'm a bit obsessed with mugs. I like different mugs to how I feel. But the spiritual meaning of that I just read out is beautiful. And I just said to Lois as I was on the phone to her today, I was like, oh my God, I'm walking past the mug aisle and I've just spotted this hair mug, and there's a story behind the hair gazing moon. I call it the moon and the hair and the moon. And yeah, and it's true, we are going through changes. And red also associates with my family and a Celtic red-haired Vikings. So I thought that was quite funny as well. Ruby red. So yeah. So there you go. See the little hairs? Reminds me of that film, the cartoon when you were a kid, and it was pretty scary at the time. Watership Down. I think they made a new one. You know, Hi Dobsy, a bit like what's going on now with the divide of the good rabbits and the bad rabbits, if you get what I'm saying. So yeah, I just thought I'd come on for a chat because I miss everybody. I am waiting for something to come to the door. I don't know when it's going to come, and it's a present for myself for Christmas, but it is also a present for you lot, the Yakatar family, which I'm not going to tell you about. You're going to have to wait till Christmas. Whether I can hold off sort of not using it, I don't know, but I'm going to try, and I'm going to crack it open at Christmas, and it's for me, but it is also for you, and you'll get what I mean. You'll benefit from it when you get to see it, not too long away. I also got this the other day because it was supposed to be for making jewellery, and it came like this, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to wear it as a necklace because it's crystal quartz and it's long, and I like this length. I think it's 34 inches, I don't know, but quartz can clear everything. Quartz to me, clear quartz is like a master crystal that can do everything, so it's quite nice to feel. And it's chipped, so it's quite raw. It's not polished. It's not more in a little bit of its raw form. It's still polished a little bit, but it's not totally smooth and round and stuff, made into beads. So yeah, so I can sort of see everybody in chat. I'm just going to move you over. So I just thought I'd come on for a little chat. Like I said, I'm going to be on tonight anyway, and I may be going, I think I'm going to do a chat on where I'm at now, which is a good place. I just wanted to play this a minute, because you remember this that I got, and I've got the little thing for it. I never actually used the things you put on your fingers, so I'm going to give it a go. And I put them in here, because you do get these little rubber finger things to hit with, because you're supposed to, it's hand drum, you're supposed to do it with your hands, but it doesn't come off very well, because it's only a mini one. So I'm going to try it with these. Just clear the energy. I've got some lovely roses behind me, and if you've actually checked my community page out, you will see that I was drying flowers out this morning. I don't know if you can see them at the back of my head, but up there are a few roses and a few other flowers. I think they were lilies. You probably can't see them properly, but I will show you properly again, not on this computer because I'm not actually on my camera. And then I've got my little altar behind me, my little sacred place, that if you go in, I did put scared place, I had to change it, it was a typing error on my community page. A sacred place, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, because some people think altars are scary. They're not. It's a sacred place. Some people call them altars, but we'll talk about that before I do the cards and see what happens. But yeah, I've already cleared the space there, so what I'm going to do is have a look at that in a minute, but I'm just going to see if these work on my little drum. So putting this back down, I'm just going to have a little go while people are coming in. And I don't know if it'll pick up loud or not, it doesn't really matter. Let's have a go. So it's more like this. I think I've got to put this back in actually. Gives it a different sound. So let's have a go. Do I put it on here? Let me see if I can put it on here in front of you guys. Push this back a bit. Yes. Soupace, yes, I'm ready for abundance. Oh yeah, I think we're all ready for abundance, so I think it's, I like it on that one. Yeah, I've not used these. Oh, I keep thinking it's on that one, so it needs to be on that one. Hi, Danny. Probably not picking up as loud. It's funny because my boyfriend's got one down there that I got him the other Christmas, and he's like, you need to read the book to learn how to play it. And I'm like, I don't need to read anything. I'm just going to play it. It's like light language, the light language I've been bringing in, and maybe I'll, if it pops up, I'll do it. Hi, Revel. It is what it is. You just feel it. You don't have to be copying something out of a book, you just go with it. Anyway, that was that. Under the weather, but I'm better such as a catalyst. Well, you'll feel better when you get off here, Coyote Heart, what we're about to speak about. And I'm doing some, not card readings for individuals, it's collective, so it's just the energies that's going on. Because I know I'm not going to look at chat a lot because I get distracted, and I'm not getting distracted. I brought some beautiful roses for spirit and the divine goddess, goddess. Goddess has got God in it as well, so that's two combined. But yeah, I brought some roses today, and I'm drying the other ones out up there. So that's cool. Giving thanks and gratitude to the new energies that are coming in. And the spirit realm, because I do believe in spirit realm. I do believe that's what some of my orbs are. I think they're multidimensional beings, spirits, all sorts. So, angels. I do believe in the angelic realm as well. It's all right if you don't, but I personally do. And I've felt for quite a while, maybe from last year, I've had a lot of Archangel Michael energy, Blu-ray. So just putting that out there. Tonight I'm going to be talking about, because it's just coming in now. Tonight I'm going to write this down, because I'll probably forget later and go, what did I say I was going to talk about? I'm just going to put, tonight I'm going to be talking about where I'm at now. Like how I got to where I am now, how I feel compared to a while ago. But what I'm going to be talking about today, maybe, is what's going on at the minute, as in a lot of the energetic side of things, because you could call it an energetic war, because there's all sorts of energies flying about. There's a lot of people in fear. There's a lot of people confused. We've said this, it's still going on. Hang on a minute. Get a bit of a noise in my right ear. In fear and confusion with things, and they think that the right way to go about it is in anger, and it's not the way to go about it, because if we do that, we start repeating history, because that's what we did in history. Even though we've always been put against each other, most people went into fear, and then with fear they go into anger, and it's all that big thing, and that is a massive energy that they harnessed on that side, the Darklands, let's say, and it's an energy we need to get away from. So I was saying to someone today, even though we see what we see on the outside world, because we are in that world as well, it is not, and I've said this and said this and said this, and I'm going to keep repeating it till people get it. It is not to get caught up in it, stuck in it. It's aware. I'm aware of what's going on within myself. I'm also aware of what's going on out there, and I've spoke about it before. And there was a time when I was more shouty, but I learned from that. But still, it's not that it's not real. Yes, it's an illusion they put out there, those who have been in control for a very long time, but that's falling, has fell. It's being aware. You need to be aware, but it's not getting caught up in it. And what I see is a lot of people getting caught up in very many layers of things, because it's not just one thing. Some people think it's one thing. It's very multi-layered on so many different levels. So it's just to be aware and be like, I was having a conversation with Lois today. Some people will say this and this is happening in their area, and I'm like, I know this is going on, but the actual other side effect of it is not actually happening in my life, like you would say the negative side of it. And I'm like, but that's not happening, because I choose to not stay stuck in it, and I choose to create my own reality where I choose not to have that in my life. So it's not there. It's not there. And even though we have to be aware of stuff, there's still energy harvesting off yourself if you say staying stuck in it, even if, you know, we're saying, well, it's real, it's happening, but just be careful what you're doing as well, because still being stuck in that can still keep you stuck and not moving forward. It's just to be aware, because what's happening is the stuff that's coming out and has been coming out, it's not going to go in a day. We're not all going to wake up on Christmas Day and, because some people have thought this, you know, we're on a new earth as like, oh, everything's gone. No, there'll still be the dark. There will still be, because of the dark in you and the shadow, like these two on the shelf there. That's what that's representing. They're both a part of you. It's in balance. You need to work on yourself. This is what all this is about. You cannot, hi Rainbow Wizard, pass the test by cheating, faking it, cheating. You've got to do the work on self. And the way you can tell how people are doing the work on the self is the way their energy is and their actions and so on and so forth that I've always spoke about. So with all these things coming, as we're all saying, a lot of other people are saying, is, can you be the light in the dark? Can you be the calm in the storm? You know this, the calm before the storm. Can you be the calm in the storm? That's what's coming in. Can you be the calm in the storm? When everyone's losing the shit, can you be the calm in the storm? Hi Zal, it's nice to see everybody. The moderators, just let everybody know I'm saying hi. I'm not looking too much over there because I don't want to get distracted. So it's about you being the calm in the storm. Can you be the calm while all this madness is going on? The madness that looks like madness to everybody else. We know, or a lot of us know, this has to happen. You can't tell the people, you've got to show the people, so the people have to be shown. And it isn't nice to see because we're observing. And a lot of it is about observation. It's about observing what's going on in the world. Not getting too caught up and stuck in it and repeating cycles and stuff like that. Just knowing that it's okay because things are changing. That's why there's so much chaos in the world. But why all this is happening, as I've said and said before, and a lot of us have, what are you doing why this is going on? Alchemy, baby. Are you using what you've got, using your divine powers, using what brings you happiness, joy, stillness, peace within, to bring that to you while this is going on? Because if you think about it, oh, 17 in the room, Q in the room, you never know. Quantum. If you've ever been in a situation and experience, because it's all to do with experience and that's how you learn and grow and expand. You know, you've been around people that you don't like or negative people, you know, out there. It could be at a job, school, anyway, I don't know, whenever, ever, in any experience. Or it's someone you've been given a lot of energy to and they never give back. You know, it's always the takers and they never give back. Not that you give to receive, but, you know what I mean. And they just take. And you give. Because I've been a giver. And then you learn to put boundaries up and you actually learn to start saying no. Because you start depleting your energy. And they're quite happy to take it off you. They're not bothered. So, and then it sort of makes you feel down. It makes you feel ill and stuff like that. And that's where people get problems. And that's when they go on to other things and this, that and the other. So, you know, that's why you've got to find the things that help you. The people that help you. A community that will help you, the like-minded people that build you up, and you know, there's lots of them. There isn't just one, because community is needed. And I did get that in the cards the other day about community. Can't remember which deck it was in, and I kept them on top. Community, was it? It could be these actually. Community, I think it was these. Yep, they're on top. So I pulled these cards for me this morning, but it's going to make so much sense to everybody else. We got this one. And it says, Cosmic Pearl, expand your psychic gifts. Cosmic Pearl, open the gate to the angelic realms. Well, personally, I got this card today and I have been doing that. I've been doing it for quite a bit when I didn't even realise. And I do believe in that anyway. And then I got soul satisfaction. I'm always talking about find your bliss and find your joy. There's the rainbow. Happiness at the end of the rainbow. We're not talking about the gold. You're the gold, by the way. We're not talking about money. We're talking about abundance in health, happiness, peace within, and all that good stuff. Family. You know, they've got family there. The blue and the red. The blue and the red. I was talking about the cup before. We've got the unicorn. You know, where is the unicorn's horn? Intuitiveness, psychicness. It says soul satisfaction on, and it's got orbs on it, rainbow orbs. I've had that before, and if you've been with me a while, you would have seen the rainbow orb that I captured. I don't know, was it last year or something? I can't remember. Honour your uniqueness. Do what makes you feel good. Well, this is what I've been talking about. I won't come into chat till later. So, and then the one that we're all really loving is the caring community, which is 25, which is 7, which is the number I always go on about, my number 7. Participate and belong, enrich your life. This is what everyone wants. Everyone wants to be participating. Everyone wants to belong. And a lot of people who feel they don't belong, you know, they feel left out. It's not separation, but there's that belonging energy, and I see it around a lot. I can't even, a lot. But when we're finding those caring communities we want to be a part of, it's good to stick with that sort of community, because you can have a community and they can be, like I was just saying before, not the right sort of people. They may act like they are, but they're not, because you can tell by the things they do and say. And if you getting a lot of people who are saying you must do this because this is how I did it, or you must do this because this is the way. Actually, no. When we talk about gurus and things, and people who teach and people who come to share, which I do and other people do, lots of people do around the world, it's to share their experience of what works for them. And yes, there are modalities, if that's the right word, and things that do work and they will work for others, but you can add to that. Like I said, it's like a Lego brick, you can build onto it, because you were meant to create, we're creators, so we can create our own divine way. If I do something in a bit, or a bit of light language or something, and someone said that's the wrong way, it's not. If someone in a community or on YouTube is telling you it's the wrong way, it must be done this way, to me, no, because I always feel I have to do it my way, because if it doesn't feel good to me, then that's an energy, isn't it? If it doesn't feel good to me, then what is it? It's like, I need to know my words, my intentions that I put into it. Yes, you can take intentions on people's words, but it is the most powerful when they're your own, because you know what they mean and you know your intent behind them. So it is all to do with intent. All to do with intent. Yeah, so many are used to telling others, telling them how to. Yeah, I've done it in the past. This is what I'm saying about growing and growth. But you learn to realise that it's the way you do it is more powerful. People need guidance, yes. So that's not wrong where people are saying, you know, this is for this, and this may make you feel like this. This is for protection. This is for this. This is for this. And you'll use that. But as time goes by, you'll begin to take what feels comfortable to you and what works for you. It's a bit like light language, say, when I've talked about this before, some people will sing it, some people will speak it, some people will write it, some people will draw it, some people will dance it. So there's many different ways. There isn't one way of like, no, you can only do it this way. It's like, no, it's an expression. So if you need to express yourself, you need to do it uniquely in your own divine way, because one way isn't the way. You know, there's many ways to the one, but one way isn't the way of how you need to express yourself. It has to feel right to you. That's why a lot of people go into resistance with, like, sometimes you fight against your parents. Like my mum has always said, oh, you should be doing this, this and this. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not going to, because I don't like doing it that way. That's your way. And even at work, I was packing magazines the other day, and I was in a flow, and I quite enjoyed it because I was just in this flow state, even though I stood there for hours doing the same thing. But I was in this flow state, and then someone said, oh, do you not put your, in the mundane, do you not put your covers this way and stick it in that way because it's quicker? And I'm like, no, I do it this way, and I like it. It feels good, and it's faster. But I like it this way. I don't like the way you do it, but you do it that way. There's 3 people doing it. One's doing it one way, I'm doing it the other, and someone else is doing it another way. But all the ways were still the right way. I know this sounds a bit mad. 2 magazines together with the thing on top in this bag. they were still the right way they should be presented for the shops, but we were both packing them differently, if anyone gets what I'm saying. The way we were doing it. I was doing it a certain way where I was stacking some up first and doing this and then putting them in the bags and then sealing them up, where some people do one at a time, and I was like 3 at a time, 6 at a time, 8 at a time. But if anyone gets what I mean, so that's just an example, even though that's one in the mundane world, but of people doing things different. So someone saying to me, you've got to do it this way, it's actually, well, I don't have to do it that way, that's just the way you do it, but I've actually do it a little bit faster, and I like it this way, and it got me in the flow of things. Also at work, I've been observing people's energy and the way they get on with each other and the way everybody's different again. But one of the biggest things I have learned working where I'm working is people who are saying they know they need help. They're very aware of their mental state. Not mental states, because we've all got mental states. We're in a mental asylum down here anyway. But it's a difference between mental state and then mental illness. A lot of people have the illness. We're all in mental states, but it depends if you've got the illness as well. But mental states of like trying to feel more positive and knowing not to take on other people's energy. And the other week, because I'm not going to say too much because obviously it's confidential, I had someone round and they had energy healing and it was beautiful, and she was crying at the end, and it was just beautiful. And we pulled some cards out at the end, and it was exactly what I was feeling about her and what she was feeling about what a lot of people are, because it's collectively as well as stop taking on other people's energy, stop being bothered about what other people think. Do you, and you'll be much happier. Sever them cords, you know. It doesn't mean forever, it just means you don't need to take on their baggage. I was that sort of person years ago where I used to take on people's energy because I felt sorry for them, or this, that and the other, blah, 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 blah. And then it just ends up draining you, you know. And then you're not good to anyone to help anyone heal if you're drained and people are doing that. So you've got to learn to not take on board everybody else's shit. Everybody's got shit. I don't care what anyone says. Everybody's got it in their own way of whatever they think their shit is. But you can move from it. And this is what it's all about. Being aware of self is about being aware of what takes you in a bad place, what takes you in the shadow side, or what takes you in the light side. And when you learn that, it becomes a lot more easier to stay in the lighter side, let's say. So, what we're all saying in chat. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the heating on because it's getting a bit cold in here. Linda was just in a ball session with myself and this came up. Eternally grateful. Linda, do you mean you were crying? Because what I told the girl at weekend was cry. Cry it all out. Crying, you're releasing energy. Tears, they tell you not to cry, they tell you to be strong. You're supposed to cry. It feels so good when you've had a cry. Even if you think it's the worst thing ever or whatever it is, and you cry, it's brilliant. Sometimes you do feel a bit like energy drain, but you feel, you know, you're like tired after, and then you can rest because you're releasing all this energy. A lot of people do cry when they have Reiki as well. I have on many occasions. I don't mean I'm bawling my eyes out, but like tears. But when you have a good bawling session, a big cry, someone's pissed you off or whatever, I don't know, it's brilliant because it releases. Otherwise it's just going to be swimming about, coming out as a pain somewhere else, coming out as, you know, frustrating. It's frustrating. So you just need to cry. I advise everyone to cry. Yeah, everyone should cry. You know, that's why I think they say to men, you know, you've got to be hard and you don't cry. It's like, you need to cry sometimes as well, because then you're penting all this energy up and you're going too much anger. Too much anger doesn't get us anywhere. I mean, I heard yesterday, someone told me on the news, because I don't watch the news, he said, oh, did you hear that on the radio? And I was like, what? Because at work I try and stand over the other side where the radio isn't. Two neighbours, I don't know if which way round it was, they'd shot the neighbours because they were having an argument, I think it was in the UK, about a parking place outside the house. So I think they've shot the neighbours or neighbour and killed them because of a parking place. Now, if this world doesn't need more awareness of self, I don't know what does, because that's people being unaware. You're taking someone's life over a parking space. They did it in front of the kids, I think, so they had kids, and it's like, so you've killed your neighbour in front of the kids or whatever. They've got children. You've took their life away for a car parking place. Well done. That's a brilliant thing to do. I mean, that's a great, I don't know, person to look up to, isn't it? What the fuck? So, people's awareness. I see this everywhere. I watch people's awareness with people. I know it sounds stupid. People pushing in front of people in queues, buses, all these things around that I watch and think people are so unaware of what they're doing and how they affect other people by doing silly things when they're unaware. Because mainly they've got their head stuck in the phone and they're not watching where they're going or what they're doing or what they're thinking about. And then they're learning about stuff like that they put over the radio all the time. You know, as we know, mother takes your tears. Yeah, salt of the earth. Yeah, so you've got to cry. Yeah, tears are salt and we are, you know, made up so much percentage of water. We need the minerals as well. But you need a good cry now and again. Especially with all the confusion and all the frustration and everything that's going on right now. It's crazy. I don't think I ever cried as much as when I first woke up, but I'll be talking about that tonight to the other things. And I don't think I've ever cried like that since, because I just shifted. But I'll be talking about that. But crying is one of the good things you can do, and like let it all out. Be quite loud about it. If you know there's not a lot of people about, that's good, because you'll feel so much better for letting it all out. So before I get into the cards, I'm just going to go and put the hootie on. It's getting a bit cold. And I picked some decks out, so we'll see what the decks say. But like I said, all is awareness. All is awareness. You know, there's a lot of people unaware of what they're doing. They say certain things and then they go back into the unawareness of doing things that go against what they say. But please ask me, when I come back downstairs, please ask me about my sacred place, and I'll tell you about it before we go into the cards, because if you haven't got a sacred place, you are the sacred, by the way. You are the sacred place within you. But if you want a physical sacred place, because I like visuals and I don't know what's just happened to the screen of this camera, I'm going to talk about that in case anyone wants to maybe do one. You don't have to have a big one. This is a small one. I've had a big one before, but because I've moved things around, I've got to have a little one. But one of my friends, Russell Peace, I've known her since I was 21. I know she chose to exit now. A lot of people have chose to exit now. Yeah, they have, definitely. Hang on a minute. A lot of people can't take this, you know, the energy of what's going on. But yeah, remind me to ask for that. I'm just going to have to go put the heat on. I'm just wondering if there is a little heater thing in here somewhere. Don't know where anything is anymore. Let's just fill out. So this card came out, I've just done quickly, as Organic just said about a friend, which, you know, she'll still be around you and she'll be helping you. And it's this, and on the back it says, because we're talking about energies and why people are leaving now and stuff like that. You are focusing purely on the negative, but there is also a positive side you are not seeing. Your mental attitude and thoughts, which is what I was talking about at the beginning, can make things seem good or bad, beautiful or ugly. All is a matter of perception. What you think, you shall become. Be positive. And I was just talking to my mum about this, but I can't tell you yet what it is. I'll have to tell you next week. For behind the perceived darkness, there is so much love and light and good fortune, and there is. And anybody has passed recently, now or in the future, just know that they're going home. And they haven't left. It's just a physical form they haven't. Energy goes on because that is all we are, and I'm sure you'll feel them around you. So I'm just going to go and switch the heating on. So when I come back, just take 2 minutes. Just remind me about this because I'll forget. And then I did see a lot of ripples in the sky today, and it was very calm, weird energy today when I went shopping, because I went food shopping, and I was like, it's a bit calm, weird today. You know, something about to pop up somewhere. Something about to come out, but I don't know. So I'm just going to go and put the heating on, and then I'm going to come back. Oh my God, Organic! She loved elephants. You're going to love this just before I go upstairs. Oh my God. So, the notebook I've been writing in this morning, because I bought this from Morrison's today with this new cup called the Moon Gazing Hare. Oh no, it's not called the Moon Gazing Hare. It's called the Red Footed Hare, but it's like the Moon Gazing Hare. I have to go back to the beginning. I saw this and thought, oh, I need another notebook to write stuff down for this. Elephants, and I got a little from Morrison's. I got a little weekly planner, and it's this way with elephants on it, and I liked it because it's long and thin, and it's got the day of the week. And then, you know me in organisation, it never happens. I try and get these all the time, but I'm trying because now I've moved in with my fellow. It's different. Things need to be a little bit more organised. So it's got to-do list and notes, and it. See, she's around you. I bought these this morning from Morrison's. And there we go. And I have got a little mini notebook of this one. And I saw it and thought, oh, yeah, I'll get the set then. So there's the elephants. That's a message for Organic saying that she's here for you. So, yeah. So there's the elephants. Because I was going to show you these anyway. And as you just said that, I thought, oh, my God, I've just bought these elephants today. Yeah. So if anyone's interested, if you're in the UK, because it's quite a nice little set. Obviously, they're not too dear because they're from Morrison's. These elephants. And elephants are a lovely spiritual message anyway about family and community and how they all, you know, all that sort of good stuff. So that's remember when I did the massive big painting of the elephant, if anyone remembers, and Indigo bought it. It was massive. Yeah. Right, now I'm going to go and put the heating on. So I shall just get up and I'll go and put the heating on, and then I'll talk about the sacred space, what I believe it's all about, and what I've used it for, and then we'll have some tarot and tea. So I shall, sorry, I'm just squashing the corner today, go and do this. Oh. Ooh. Right, how long tea? So I just put the heating on, and I found a pair of boyfriend's socks, extra socks to put on. Bloody hole in them and all. So, just while it's warming up, I thought to put a pair of extra socks on. I'm surprised they're not odd socks, because you know we have the sock monster that every time we get new socks we end up with odd socks. Never have the same socks. So I put these socks on a blanket until it warms up a bit in here. So tonight hopefully I'll be sat round the other way so you can see the artwork on the wall, which cracks me up because it's like dark and light, literally dark and light on that wall. It's so funny. We've got our Yakata family painting on the wall from Rainbow Wizard as well. So, woo! I'm just laughing because obviously some of my boyfriend's things are here on the floor, and I don't even know what some of these things are, but little, I don't know, little, oh yeah, a mushroom wand that I made him when we first got together in lockdown. I whittled it. He's got two actually because I made him two. And then I don't know where my ring is, but I might find it. I've got a ring that he made out of wood that says bonded by trees. It was lovely. That he actually made himself, which was really cute. And I've kept it obviously, but yeah, I'm going to put this blanket on so I'm a bit more warmer. Just laughing at the things that are all down here. Right, so sacred place behind me. Janine, I know you are a part of my tribe. Oh, thank you, Organic. I know a lot of us are a part of, you know, a mindset, and it's great. So they were the ones that I pulled before. So yeah, and a lot of you have been in my chat for quite a while, and it's really, really nice. So I'll just read this one out again for everybody anyway. You are focusing purely on the if you are focusing purely on the negative, but there is also a positive side that you are not seeing. Your mental attitude and thoughts can make things seem good or bad, beautiful or ugly. All is a matter of perception. What you think you shall become. Be positive, for behind the perceived darkness there is much love, light and good fortune. And you could say, what's going on in the world right now looks really bad and really dark, and maybe what people say is coming, but really that's an illusion as well. We all know behind that there's a lot more good going on, aka white hats and other things going on in the realms that some people don't believe in, but it's all there. It's all there. I needed to disconnect from YouTube experience. I am so thankful I checked my phone. Oh, thank you, Organic. Well, funny enough, me and Lois were having a discussion about that this morning, because I think Lois was saying, if she don't mind me saying, you know, when you look at too much, it becomes too much. And people, this is why I say people can easily lose their faith and their energy starts going down. And this is why I said at the beginning of this chat, you have to be aware, but not get stuck in it and constant looking at the same thing. I see people who look at the same thing, they've never moved from it, and they just stay stuck. And it's like, yeah, so you found that out. Okay, you found the world might be this shape or not that shape, or I'll be talking about this tonight, and they never move from it. And it's like, well, how do you bring change if you're staying where you are? How do you move forward if you're staying where you are? How do you shift energy if you're staying in the same energy? It's like, what? When I brought this cup today, here's another analogy of what the word is. Thank you. I bought this cup. Now, I've got loads of cups because I love mugs, different mugs, because it depends how I feel. I like to drink out of a mug, depending on how I feel sometimes. So I don't really always like having organised mugs, you know, like they're all the same. I like ones not being the same because I don't like being the same. So when I saw this mug, I'm thinking, and I was on the phone to Lois this morning going, oh my God, I'm stood in the mug section. There is a mug looking at me going, you know you want me. And I'm like, yeah, but I've got loads. But I have chucked some away. But the message was, with the mug, when you're letting go of things, to let new things in, new energy. So I bought a new mug because I've got rid of some. That's my excuse. it's true though. That's the story, isn't it? You're releasing shit to get more stuff in, to bring more stuff in. I don't mean get more stuff. You're releasing old energies to bring new energies in. I talked about this years ago with the rucksack on your back, and I drew a picture of it. It said, if you're climbing up a mountain, and we're all going there to the highest point, we're ascending our consciousness, with a load of shit in your bag from the past traumas, which who gives a shit, because we're not in that anymore. If you don't release that baggage, how can you fill up with new energy? And it's going to be a slow journey. You're going to get there, but it's going to be very slow because you're holding on to all this dense energy that's not doing anything for you, and it's slowing your process down, which is what it does do. If you stay there, you just cycle back round again. So release it. And I had a little pulley thing on the bottom. Release all that dense energy. It's like a ton of bricks, and then you can get up that mountain a little bit faster, and your journey will be a little bit easier. It's not going to be that painful and that hard because you've got this big heavy bag on your back. Release it and let it go, and then you can fill your rucksack with new beautiful energies, new things that move you. You know, this is what I'm saying about a sacred place. You don't have to have one of these. I'm not telling anyone you have to have one. I'm just saying it may help you if you've never had one before, because it's about using new things. Maybe something that worked for you in the past is not working for you now. So what could you use now or bring in that you want to use? Maybe you do have a sacred space, an altar, but you want to change it up and you want to bring other things in. So I've had a few different ones. I don't constantly use them all the time. I just use them when I feel I need to, because that's just the way I am. I'm not organised. I've always wanted to be organised. I'm not. I do know, I've said this before, I need to be more into it, even if it's just a bit in the morning. But because I'm in a new place now, as in I've got something new in my life that is literally in my physical, it's in my home now, being my boyfriend, we've had to change things up, and there's new routines coming in. I don't know what that routine is yet. And yes, you do have to have them on. You do have to have a routine in the physical, because otherwise you won't get up and get out of bed and go to work or get your kids to work, that sort of thing. But I don't know where I'm fitting it in yet, because I get up quite early and I'm back quite late, so it's working that in. But when I feel I need to go, I'll go. I know for more now with my fella is like, I need my sacred time. That could be in the bath, do you know what I mean? And it is in the bath, because I've been taking a lot of salt baths lately, to release and let go. And I was saying to Lois today, I've said this before, autumn time and winter time is about releasing. We were saying today to each other, it's also about the shadow side of the seasons. See the white and dark behind me? Is autumn and winter. This is the time to reflect. So if you can go in a place where it's peaceful, you're not going to get disturbed by your husband, your cat, your dog, your kids. A bit of time, even if it's 10 minutes, to go and sit and reflect on what you want to become, what you want to bring into your life, what intentions you want to put out, meditating, just sitting, crafting something with intention on it, because that's what I do. It's beautiful, and you should all have your own divine little sacred space. It could be just when you're having a bath. If you haven't got a space round because you never get quiet time, it could be in the bath, but you can make space. It could be just a little part on your dressing room table in your bedroom. But I've got this little bench. People who've known me for a long time on YouTube have seen me show different tables and side cabinets where I've had different things. Because somebody is part of my life now in my physical home, it's a little bit different, because he's got his stuff and I've got mine. So we've had to make things work. So mine's here. It may change again, but it's here. There's still other bits in there. It's dotted about a little bit, but most of it's here. So if you can see behind me, I've got this bench. I've got a mini cauldron that I've had for ages. I did have a bigger one that was in the garden. What is this for? Casting spells. I put incense in it, and sometimes, not all the time, on a full moon, now and again, I don't do it all the time, I may put some incense out and put some intentions out, or stick a candle in it, or something like that. But it's cute and it's mini, because yes, I am into the, the elements, because that's what that stands for, and this is what I put up on my post the other day. Whether you're into it or not, doesn't matter. The star the right way up, spiritualism over material, and the person going like this is the goddess. So that's what that represents. Earth, air, fire and water and spirit, and the cosmos is the circle, the ether. I've got some crystals, I've got a sage, I've got a long incense burner along there. Got these flowers. These had succulents in them, but they died. So I thought I'll use them to represent the dark and light, which is here anyway. Duality and all that, yin and yang, all that, light and dark. But we hold both shadow and light. It just depends what you want to use your energy for. So remember that, but they should be in balance. And in between that, I've got, and I'm going to put something in them because they have little pots that come out, so they're quite cute. Could put crystals in there, I don't know. Offerings was the Merkaba, and I can't remember what stone it was, but it's to stop negativity and depression and stuff like that. And it was actually for my boyfriend, but I ended up with it, so I've sort of put that between them both because it's a star, it's like a star. The Star of David, as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. That's what this stands for as well. Micro and macro, that's what it stands for. And as within, so without, you know, what you bring in, you'll see on the outside. As above, so below, as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. And then I've got a, oh my god, I can't remember what this shell's called. A Babylonian shell. Is it Babylonian? Shell. I've got a sage, crystals, tarots down there, but I've got tarots in the other room. And I might be able to light some of this actually because, and I might have to put the light on as well because it's going dark. No, I hate these sort of lighters. I like the ones with the long things on. I don't know if I'm able to do this. I've got my own incense in here, so, and I've got a bit of frankincense in here. I can never light normal lighters. It's really weird. Absolutely. Has that got any in it? What's this? So my boyfriend's, I don't use these things. Oh shit. Oh. Try it this way. Now I've got a bit going, but yeah, probably can't see it. So burning some nature's essence in there. It's going to go out in a minute. So I can't use that light, and it's got a bit of rose petals, lavender, and it's got some frankincense in there. So that's on there. I'm going to put the light on because it's going a bit dark. Crystals, tarots on there. Ooh, I think I was going to use these ones actually. Because I'm going to get ready for a tarot reading. But you can use whatever you want. And I've also got a, you can't see it, I'll have to show you this in better lighting. A selenite slab there to recharge crystals and things on. I've got a selenite tower, which I just saw somebody put the jewellery on and thought, what a good idea, because of my crystal bracelets that I make as well. They put them like this, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to start doing that. That's really cool. They put them like that, and I thought, brilliant. They can charge when I'm not wearing them when I go to bed. So, yeah, I will show that with more detail another time. I have showed them before. I have got a selenite wand that I use with my Reiki. I have got, I think it's a moonstone. It's gone out of my head what this actually is. Oh my god, what are these called? Why has it gone out of my head? Somebody please say what this is in chat. Literally it just got out of my head. Oh my god. Pendulum. And I've got a clear quartz one as well. And I've got some crystals up here, lots of clear quartz crystals. And then I actually have candles, tuning forks, 528 tuning fork and a 432 tuning fork. This is a mini one. You've seen it before. I have got a pestle and mortar, but I've got a tiny one which cracks me up because it doesn't actually do that much. And I thought it was a big one, and it wasn't. And I have actually got, which I use for my own stuff. It's really, really heavy. A proper big one that I've had for quite a while now, and I love it. And like I said, I have a basket full of crystals, and I have a bag of blessed, yeah, frankincense. So and what's nice about all that is you can create different things, and things for you, and things, blessings, and little spells, little intentions. That's what they are, visually, to go out into the cosmos. So for you and for others. Ooh, what were we all talking about there? Oh, I don't think I've seen that, Lois, but let me just switch the light on, and I'll just talk a little bit more about sacred space. I can't get up off the floor. Oh, I can't get up. Because I'm so crushed into this corner, just the way I've got the camera and everything, it's silly. And the lights don't even come on. Right, let me check this side. I think it's been switched off a different way. Oh my god, fan's gone on. I don't think we need a fan on. Oh. Then I put a fan on. I don't think I need a fan on when it's cold in here, so I don't know if the lighting's any much better, but anyway. So, just gonna, oh, and I also bought myself this hat this week because I wear a bobble hat to work because it's so cold. It's getting cold and I work in a warehouse and the doors are open. But it was like, I got too hot in it because it had a fleece in it, so I ended up getting a beret. It's pink, probably can't see it here. I'm going to get a couple more in different colours because my boyfriend was like, Betty, if you know what I mean, in Frank Spencer. That'd suit me, but I like it. I wear it more like this. I just thought it was cute. Let me see if I can, probably can't get it on properly. I think I had it, I think it's on my new picture on here, and no, I can't, because I can't see what I'm doing properly. It probably looks a bit silly at the minute, but yeah, I wear it just to cover my ears a bit. I think I wear it sort of like with my fringe sticking out, so sort of, yeah, I can't really see what I'm doing on YouTube, but I sort of don't wear it how you wear it, but I quite like it when I've got it on properly, when I've got it on right, how I like to wear it anyway. So I got that, and it's really cute, and I'm thinking, yeah, I'm going to get some more, maybe a mustard one, how I'm feeling on the day. If I'm feeling very lovely, maybe I'll wear the pink, because pink, colour is a frequency as well, you know, how I'm feeling. That's why I like different mugs. Who's to say, you know, what mug I've got to drink out of? Oh my god. Anyway. and Michelle loves a beanie during winter. Yeah. You've got to love all sides of the seasons. That's like loving all sides of yourself. Like I was saying before, the dark and the light. So there's really good bits about autumn and winter, about snuggling up, having candles on, your blankets on the couch, snuggling up, watching a good film, snuggling up with your partner, your kids, whatever, your cat, your dog, whatever. And reflecting, because that's what it's all about. So going back to the sacred place. Sacred place to me is somewhere, like I said, you can go, you can put intentions out, you can go and sit with self and meditate, or whatever it is. If you want to start getting into that, you can sit with your crystals, you can sit with a candle, you could read in that place. But I believe the more you're in your sacred space is the more those energies will reside there, of positive energies that are coming in, because it's your positive place. And Two Unearthed bought fleece lined jeans for work. Ooh, I've heard about fleece leggings. I may have to get them. And I've got my leg warmers, so they've been going on and they've been doing a job. Yeah, you need all the seasons. Yeah, if it's too hot all the time, I couldn't stand the heat all the time. But we've got to be grateful. Yeah, yeah, and having a fire. So there's all that good stuff. So yeah, going back to the sacred place, you know, you put your candles on. You can have flowers representing the goddess or that divine energy, especially roses because they're a high frequency flower. You can meditate if you're into that. You could read there, but it's a place where you go where you feel safe. You know you're not going to get interrupted. You can a lot of reflecting goes on there. You can write. You can automatic write. I do that. I've not done it for a while. You can play music, anything like that. It's not just about, oh, you've got to go sit there and, you know, go within, even though that's one of the reasons why you use it, because it's a quieter place. It's where you're not getting disrupted. So when you quieten your mind and you go within, you will get those messages from spirit, from your angels, from your team, whatever you want to say, because no one's right or wrong, whatever you believe. And when I say angels, I sort of think to myself, angels mean to me those that are helping on the other side, whether it's light beings, ancestors, extraterrestrial beings, whatever you want to say. As long as they're from the good side and the light side, which will be coming to you if you're in that energy, then they're all angels to me. Those that want to help others, no matter the difference that we may look on the outside, to me, are angelics. I mean, I know there is angelics, but they're all angels to me if they're beings that want to help. And people have got to remember, it's about human being human, being human, being more aware, being, if you get what I'm saying, human, being, going within, doing your work, being. So yeah, don't hate your state. But I love the seasons because it's change, and that's what we all do. So like I said, when people look at things, people use the word altar. A lot of people go into fear because they think it's like a sacrificial thing, or where rituals go on. Yeah, rituals are a thing, and you all do rituals every day. A ritual is just a thing that you probably practice a lot or do daily, not all the time. A ritual is brushing your teeth every day. A ritual is having a shower every day. It's that thing that you do every day. It is a ritual. But people get so caught up in stuff because they watch too many films saying this, that. Yes, there are those in the dark that do dark things and use that word and use many other words and symbols. But that doesn't mean everybody does that. An altar is a sacred place. This has got beautiful things that mean things to me. They might not mean things to anyone else. And even though you don't have to have a space with things, I'm very visual and I like to see things, and there's nothing wrong with that. Representing in the physical, because the non-physical can still see it, but representing to me, it's giving thanks. The flowers. But guess what? I'm using them flowers because I'm drying them out up there on my little branch dryer, which I've had for a while, and I like to dry flowers out and they'll use them in some creative way. So yeah, so maybe if you've never had a space, maybe you could clear a little space. It only has to be a little place, you don't have to have a lot on it. But it might be just visual things that you like, where you know you can go and sit, you know, close your eyes, reflect, meditate, and it does to me when I'm in this place, a place of peace, because you do tend to go within. So I would say, while all the shit's going on in the world right now, and you're going to see a lot more of it, a sacred space would be probably quite healing for some people to do that. That you know that you can just go and switch off to YouTube, the news, the media, everything, and go in your place without all that and just go and be human. Go and be, you know, go and sit quietly. Maybe lie down in that space, you know, with the things that you're visualising. Clear your space, smudge your space, use music to clear your space, use forks, you can use... I got this off someone who went to the other side, someone who used to be a YouTuber. I'm just trying to think. The Kilted Goth, he was called. Ages ago, if anyone remembers, and there will be some people, and he sent me these that he found in a charity shop. He sent me a few things, and then I learned a while after, I don't know what it was. It might have been a few years ago. He passed away. But yeah, he did send me these because I was looking for some, and I don't think he knew, but he sent a few things that he said he wouldn't use, and I ended up getting these a few years ago. So I was grateful because sound healing, sound clears energy as well. You will see a lot of people who use like these Tibetan bells, can't remember symbols, but yeah, I got given them. Because sound does heal, and that's when I did the light language the other day. When it sounds like talking in tongues, some people fear it. You know, it's all right when people in religious things do it, but it is to get away from yourself and just speak what's coming through you, because you don't need to understand the words because you feel it. You feel people's energy. Whether someone's trying to portray their something, you feel their energy anyway, so that's how you normally know. So with light language, it just goes straight to your heart. It's a feeling. You feel it, the words. So I'm going to start letting that come through and see what happens, because if you're in doubt or you try to suppress it, it doesn't, and you've got to get your own self out of the way for that to come through. So I'm only going to say, if ever I feel like I want to just, something wants to come out, I'm just gonna say it and see what happens. But if anyone remembers, I was doing this a few years ago when the orbs started coming in. If anyone on this channel was there at the time when the blue ones used to come in, and it used to be in the front room, and it was when I was talking a lot more about you know who, the 17th number in the alphabet, and I used to do this thing where it sounded like chanting, Native American Indian. So I knew I was doing it then, but I didn't know what it was, and I didn't know people who were doing it, and I didn't know what it was, but I was intrigued by it. And also when I went for Reiki about 2 to 3 weeks ago, the girl who did Reiki on me in light language and elemental light language had the same story as me with the orbs and stuff like that. And then I sent that video that I put up the other day to her on Facebook, and she was like, yes, it's beautiful. And her mum was saying about, you can tell spirit have been trying to get your attention a lot because of the orbs. I said, oh yeah, they've been here quite a long time, as most of you know who've been with me a long time, so it's all good. Yeah, and I can see Lois talking to Linda, so I'm going to do some tarot before I go, and I am on tonight, so I'm going to finish this conversation, a bit of a lengthy conversation on where I'm at now, so it'll give a chance for people who are not on at this time to come in, and I've still got a bit of cleaning to do that I've not done. Oh, he's put lights outside to make you happy. Well, that's lovely, because that's him being aware of what makes you happy, and he's gone and done it. We have like little Christmas lights in the conservatory now, and we have some in my house, but they're not for Christmas. They're like all year round because they're just cute and I like them. You do what makes you happy. What time do you need? I'm going to be on at 9 to 9:30, around that time. I'm going to be on because I need to do a new chat because I've shifted again. This is what the shift is, shifting your energies. You know, so I'm going to be on late as well. So what I'm going to do now is, yeah, I will talk about sacred space again, maybe one weekend when you can see it better and do a bit of a tour on it. I've done this before. I used to do chats called Witchy Wednesdays. People get freaked out by that, but people are fearing what they don't understand. That just means wise woman, wise man, wise woman. But anyway, that's either near or there. It's just a label, you know. Anyway, we've got Mark in the house. So we're going to see what the cards have got to say, what Spirit's got to say, what we're bringing through. So I'm going to fill my tea up for tarot and tea, and we're going to see why it warms up in here. So I'm going to see. I'm going to push us back a little bit. So I've got table space here. I haven't got my other camera on, so you know when I can have it high up. So let's see. So I'm going to go with what we're all feeling right now. We've got earth magic. So let's see what's coming through for the next, how we're all feeling and how maybe it's going to go for the next week. Hi to everyone that may have come in while I've been yakking. So let's see. Yeah, sleep is good. Sleep is restful. Things will move through you while you're sleeping, and it'll energise you. And if you feel like sleeping, you should sleep. It's hibernation year. Remember, we're in winter, so you know hibernation. It's fine to sleep. It's that sort of year. It's that sort of season. You know, in summer we want to be out and about, and the sun's still up till late. So you know, winter not so much. We go with the seasons. So yeah. There's 1, 2, 3 came out all at once. So we've got DNA there. We've got the full moon, DNA, and what's this one? The meadow. That's hilarious because sorry, it's the other way around. The camera. Meadow, DNA, full moon. So we've got vulnerability. So people are feeling vulnerable at the minute. We've just been talking about that. The energy is vulnerable. They're feeling upset about things, frustrated about things. Vulnerable because are they doing the right thing or the wrong thing? You know what's going on out there in the world. A lot of people do feel very vulnerable. Vulnerability. Have I said that right? Hang on a minute. Have I said that right? It's me with my dyslexia. Does that say vulnerability or not? Oh my god, if anyone's new, I do have a bit of dyslexia, so I know. Is it? Is it? I'm not trying to hide it, it's just what it is. Yeah, that's alright. I was like, that doesn't look right to me. But out of vulnerability, like it says, the meadow, things do spring. You've got to let yourself be vulnerable sometimes. And it's funny because someone was talking to me about that the other day at work, about how more vulnerable that they feel now in a different relationship because they've had to let the guards down, you know. So I know. And if you're a bit dyslexic and all that, you'll know exactly how I feel. But it's okay to be vulnerable. But a lot of people, you know, I don't know what the word is, swim around in that and think it's a bad thing to be vulnerable. It's not. I'm trying to stretch my legs out here. Oh, a bit cramped sitting down here. I'm going to have to get a little chair or something. The next one was, you know, there's a meadow full of flowers there, so things will bloom. Things will bloom. I feel fear not usual for me. Yeah, you may be feeling, Linda, the fear of what's going on in the world because there's a lot of fear in the world right now. And if you're tapping into that, the thing is, if you're watching a lot of stuff to do with what's going on with this and people shouting out, this is what me and Lois were talking about today. That energy can jump on you, so you've got to learn how to switch off. Go and watch a comedy. Go and watch something you really love. Go and take a bath, salt bath. Go and switch off to all of it, basically. You know. And it will help. So, but it's not a bad thing, you know, but take yourself away from it for a bit because you need, this is what we're saying, you need to concentrate on your own being and what makes you happy. And then we've got, the second one was DNA. Well, this, on this card, is karma. And it's funny because it looks like Kundalini and the two snakes rising, but both energies rising. There's a lot of people out there. You know, we know with what's going on with the dark catch, you could say, and all that. Karma's coming. Karma's coming for those people who have been controlling the world and people who have been residing in darker energies. Because, like I say, you choose to be either dark or light. They're both in you, but you should be learning from experiences. If you're not, and you're carrying on in a negative energy and you're doing negative things, or saying things or doing things to others or whatever, it's just going to come back around, and karma is a bitch and it will come in the form of probably experiencing more shit or whatever it is, because you've got to learn, you know. And I think switching on that DNA as well in yourself, we all have God DNA, you know what I mean? We all come from God. When them two energies rise, to me it's like switching it on, because they've both got to be in balance. If one's not in balance, it's no good. If you're not learning from your experiences, you're going to stay stuck, basically. And then the last one was a full moon. Well, we've gone through a lunar eclipse, so that's funny. The full moon is completion, because when the full moon's coming in, you're putting your intentions out, and the full moon's the completion of that thing set in. Have you been setting your intentions and bringing that thing in? Because it's like, and the energy still resides a bit after the full moon, but have you been putting your intentions out? All again to do with energy of good intentions. Are you putting out? Do you want karma to come back? Do you want to cycle back round that wheel in the same energy, or same slow as today? You know, we're nearly at the end of the wheel this year. Do you want to, if you've had a good time, that's good, and you carry on and you're building on yourself, and you're expanding and growing, and more things are coming in, that's going to go into the next cycle, especially through all the portals and gates we've gone through. But if you're not, and you're going through, it's like all these energies came in to help you shift. If you're not, it's not going to help you. You're just going to cycle in the same old shit next year and the year after and the year after. And this is how I believe people don't get out of it. They just keep cycling. And they'll see people ascend, meaning not in the sky, ascension of consciousness. And great things are happening for them because they're shifting their consciousness. You've shifted from that to that. You've had an experience that was bad, but you've shifted it. You've seen the silver lining in it. You've used it for the better. Some people use the traumas of the past to sit in, because they don't want to move, because it seems cosy, because they're fearful of, well, what's going to happen now? And they'll use it. But, I mean, does it do you any good? No, I don't think it does. So, yes. So those were them. That was the earth energies. There's a lot of that going on. But there's a lot of people who are bringing lots of manifestations in. They're bringing a lot of abundance in, and they're completing that. And we're completing this cycle. We're about to complete this cycle. We've not got long, you know, especially the bullshit cycle, because that's why I say I think something's going to happen before Christmas. I don't know what, but 2022 is going to be an eye-opener. We're going to a new cycle of information, of truth, a new cycle of abundance, and new things coming in, new beginnings for different structures and things, you know, new earth. That's us putting those things together, people working on that in communities, all sorts of good stuff like that. That is happening behind the scenes. If you know where to look and who to listen to and what people are doing with certain things in communities, it's all there. So that was that. Bye, Robert. Yeah, dark to light, exactly. So I'm going to do now the Goddess deck, because Goddess holds the God and the Goddess, so it's both. And that's what those flowers are representing behind. I do love this actually. I've not been in this deck a lot, but it's the Goddess Power. It's the Oracle. And it says inside, magic is everywhere, and the Goddess will help you claim it. Claim your power back, people. Oh, one's fell out. And we've got the lovely triple goddess on the front. That's what that symbol stands for. Mother Maiden Crone. Lovely. I'm going to get 3 because I like the number 3. Oh yeah, 3. Oh my god, yeah. Yep. So we've got 24, Ishtar, communion. Well, it's a communion of self. It's you finding you again. It's you shining your own light. This is what's coming in. The union of you and your higher self, your higher realms, your higher states of consciousness. 29 is, I can't even say this name, but it's revelation. A lot of people are coming to revelations. Again, to me, is awareness, the revelations that are happening, the revolution that's happening within people. I think there's a little dragon on this. I can't tell what it is. A lot of people, are like, oh, I can see the revelations. But we're looking on the right side of it, not what like religion say is the end of the world, because it isn't the end of the world. And then we've got 13, which 13 is a goddess number. 13 is a feminine number. That's why they always try and cut it out and say it's evil and bad and so on and so forth. And it's new beginnings, because like I've just been talking about, it is about new beginnings. There's a death cycle coming. It's nearly the end of this year. We go into a new cycle, so it's new beginnings. It's another chance for you to be a new you, to bring new things in, as I've always said and always will continue to say, into the next cycle. So you choose if you want to have those new beginnings or not. It's up to you. Yeah, 13, the divine goddess, exactly. So we've got that, and then I'm going to do Work Your Light is looking at me, so I'm going to do that one because I haven't got long. Well, like I said, I will be on tonight. Ooh, I've got 3 cards out of another deck there. What are you doing in there? Oh, it's out of that deck, the Hidden Realms. It's one of my older decks from years ago. So let's see what Work Your Light. This is about working your light. So we've got 1 2 3 4 we've got. So answer the call. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Not what it's calling other people to do. When people look up for people and think they should be doing that, what's it calling you to do? Maybe that's when you have to go in your sacred space to go and sit with self-reflect and ask, what is your soul calling you to do? Is it have more fun? Is it go and doing a new hobby? Is it to be a healer? Is it to go and do a course on something that will benefit you and also benefit others? Ashtar, your guidance is divinely guided. Your guidance is divinely guided. Hang on 1 minute. I'm not quite sure if sorry for messing this up. Somebody obviously I can never tell if anyone's knocking at the door in a minute because it's so I can't hear the front. God, I'm gonna have to make this space bigger. It's like not really got a good setup. Anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, so your guidance is divinely guided. Your guidance is divinely guided. And you can normally tell because if it's coming from the good and it's making you a happier person and wanting to help others and be inspiring and be positive, it's divinely guided. If it's not, and it's something that's making you be a hater, get into fear and anger, and stuff like that, then obviously how could that be divinely guided? Obviously it's not divinely guided, it's coming from somewhere else. So yeah. And then the next one is birthing a new age. Well, we are birthing a new age. Age of Aquarius. It's a spiritual age, and it's where a lot of people are going to get more into the spiritual side of things. Like I said, the star, the right way up, not the way the Democrats use it. Materialism over spiritual over material, and people are going to start being more aware of themselves and what they're doing, acting, saying and speaking, and how it affects your bodily waters and out there and in there and all that sort of good stuff. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being, because you do actually dream it into being as well. The reason, hence why my YouTube name is Dolly Daydream, because people say, oh, you're always daydreaming, you're always thinking about, yeah, why wouldn't I think about positive things and dreaming that in and manifesting and stuff like that? It's stronger now than it's ever been. And then we've got the beautiful Anna, grandmother of Jesus. It's beautiful, it's divine, it's the seed in the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Well, what's going on is a divine plan, and even part of the plan that we go, the plan with the 17th letter in the alphabet, quantum, is part of that plan. Many people and things and multidimensional things are part of the plan, but there is a divine plan going on, and it works through people. So when people think there's a certain person out there that they didn't like, that was in 4 years ago, whatever it was, oh, is this, that, and the other? Well, learn that source works through people, and it can also wake people up and work through them to help them put things into place. We are seeding the light, and we are laying the foundations, and it's the divine plan. The foundations are being laid because the old structures have fell, so we need to put the new structures in, and we're laying the foundations and laying the way, and that's what's happening worldwide, blatantly. And we're going to be doing this, everybody, you know, and when everyone wakes up, that's what happens. But that is going on anyway now. It's in the now anyway. It's not going to happen, it already is happening. Let's say has happened. Before I go, I'm going to do a big pull out of this beautiful new deck of mine, which is the Crystal Power Tarot, because the artwork on it is absolutely beautiful. So let's see what we've got. It's just about being aware of what's going on, but not getting all stuck in it. Working on thyself, which is constant, which has to be done constantly. There's a lot of people, you know, who think they do certain things, they work on themselves and that's it, and then you stay there. Oh, and I've done this. Well, it constantly moves because everything is constantly moving. Therefore, you are working on yourself every day, every minute of the day, every year, years, whatever. So, 2 cards have just fell out, same cards, and I'll just do one more to make it 3. That one's just flipped out. Yes. So we've got the 10 of Wands, the 9 of Wands. What I like about these, they show the crystals at the top. So we've got 10 of Wands is a garnet, 9 of Wands is a garnet, and we've got 5 of Swords is a sigillite. Probably said that wrong, but there you go. And the 10 of Wands in this deck is saying, I love and care for myself first. Well, Wands is to do with passion, and you can say passion for self, because I love and care for myself first. This is where we all say, if you're on a plane and the plane was going down, you've got to put that breathing apparatus on first, because you won't be able to save your family or care for your family. If you don't do it first yourself, you won't be able to help them. You've got to help yourself in this situation that's going on at the minute out there in the world. You can't save everybody else. You do go through that thing, we all do, I have done, but you've got to save yourself to help save others, because they'll see how you're being and what you're doing, and if they think, well, you know, you sound alright and feel alright and look alright, even though it's like this craziness is going on, what are you doing? So you do have to love and care for yourself first, because no one else is going to do it apart from you. The next one is the 9 of Wands, and that is, I am strong for as long as I need to be strong. And funny enough, as we just said in chat, I think Linda said she was having a cry before. You're as strong as you need to be strong, and if you need to go and have a cry and a rest, go do it. It's your body telling you you need to release and that you need to rest. So that's good as well. And the next one is 5 of Swords. Swords is to do with the ether, the air, speaking, talking, communication, and it says, I will heal myself. Because you are saying, I will heal myself. I'm willing it. I'm speaking it. Speak it out loud. I will heal myself. I will heal myself. Speak those words out loud daily. I will heal myself. I am healing right now in this day, every way. Every day, in every way. Make a little rhyme up. Speak it out. Speak it out to the universe. Sound, frequency. But you're telling yourself you will, you are, you have. I am healing. So, again, what's going on is all about healing. It's about being strong for as long as you need to, because there's others being strong for you. None of us are doing it on our own. So you are allowed to have parts where you can go for a cry, you can go for rest. It's not like, oh my God, if I cry or I go to sleep, the world's going to fall down. Like, I need to be strong all the time. Yes, you are a pillar of light and you are a lighthouse, but there's that many of us. We all hold the light, and you are actually, as they say, your spirit is much bigger than you in the cosmos. It is much bigger than you. So when they say standing on the shoulders of giants, we are actually giants because our spirit is much bigger than we are. It looks much bigger than us. So just know there's a lot of people who've got your back. So you're allowed to go and have periods of time out, to rest, to cry, to do whatever you need to do to release. So that's all good. I'm here, I'm Rosie, and I have to ask my family for help. Never had to do that before. I healed my hopeless cancer. Sometimes I miss, now I'm just tired. You will be. So before we go, let's all just sit for a minute and send Linda some healing energy in chat. So I'll just clear this space a minute. If we all have the intention of sending Linda some healing energy before I go. And if anything does want to come out of my mouth, I'll just say it anyway. But so if we're all breathing deeply, up the nose and out 3 times, just to center self. And if we send Linda some loving energy, I'll be sending some Reiki to Linda now. Wishnadakana itia anaya iri aria namaya teo anawatia ianawatia nawa itanawa. Anai. And it's sent. I did that because I'm trying to get out of my self's way, that if I feel like I hear those words, I need to speak it. So people can be into it or not into it, open to it or not open to it. Please just be open to it and feel it, because that's me shifting and trying to bring new things in that I used to do and didn't know what was. So some people may be like, what is that? Most of you in chat, I know you'll understand. So I'm trying to bring more of that through. So I'm going to be doing a lot more of it on here, just to feel free to do it and, feel comfortable doing it, which I don't mind doing it. And the more comfortable I get, the more confident I'll get. I think the more will flow, because what you focus on comes in. So that was sent for everybody in chat anyway, but especially Linda, to give her some energy and some lovely light language. And like I said, light language, don't try to understand it. Just sit back, close your eyes, even when you're hearing it from me or anybody else. Loads of people do it around the world. And you can normally tell, because if you close your eyes, I've done it, and just listen, you will feel it. You don't need to understand it. I'll stick a label on it to know where it's from, whatever. It just is. It's a frequency. We were all in a world where I do believe we were at one point, where it was only frequency and no words, because words get misconstrued and people don't understand, and we all know this. But through a frequency sent out with no words, so you can sing light language as well, and I've done that before, you will feel it is a loving energy or the intention that is within it. You don't need words. You don't need words when somebody's smiling. You can tell when somebody's happy compared to when... So you feel it. So anyone who's in chat who's like, I've never come across that, Google it, YouTube it, light language. A lot of people do it. But like I said, I'll probably talk about some of this tonight, of how I came into certain things that followed after another. When you go seeking and you wake up to certain stuff and it follows on. If you're not staying stuck in cycles and you're shifting and shifting and shifting, the shift is shifting your consciousness. So there you go. So thank you, Lois. Beautiful, no wrong way to send love. No, there's no wrong way to send love. Exactly, Michelle. It's what resonates with someone. If someone doesn't resonate with it, then they just go elsewhere to resonate with something else, or they resonate with me on certain stuff but not on certain stuff, then that's okay. It's for the people that resonate with it. So if anyone in chat came in or later on and they don't resonate with it, that's fine. But the people who do resonate, then it's for you, and it will help you. It may open other people up to it, and you may start hearing it, or all of a sudden YouTube videos might start coming up with people doing it, this, that and the other, because it's being open to you, and you'll start seeing things, and maybe, you know, it will help you. So yeah, 13 in the chat room too there was. Well, there you go. So yeah, so thank you for letting me do it, you know, being open to it. But yeah, so like I said, oh, and Linda said she felt it. Thank you. And you will have done it. It's quantum. You can be anywhere in the world, and you know the intentions behind it. But yeah, so I'm going to be on tonight, hopefully about 9, between 9 and 9:30. It should be 9 really. I've got to go because I've got some stuff to still clear up. But I just wanted to come on with my tarots because I will be doing it more. I don't know when, because like I said, it is a little bit different now. I am working and my hours are long, so I'm going to try and fit it in on. I might try and come on a certain day, set day, but we all know what I'm like with set things. It never works. And there might be more things coming maybe every other weekend when I don't have Finn. But there is some stuff coming, and there's something that I've got for my eyes twitching again. Energy. A Christmas present for myself, but it is for everybody as well. But you won't be seeing that till Christmas. So it's going to help me, but it's also going to benefit you because it is for other people as well. I keep getting a twitchy eye, and people keep saying it's lack of sleep, and I'm like, no, it's not, it's energy. I get it a lot when I'm talking to people. I don't mean a nervous twitch, it's just I've noticed it for the past little while. Loves you, Janine, your timing today is perfect. Thank you. Well, I felt like I needed to come on, and even though I should be doing other things like tidying up some bits, I just felt like I needed to come on, because I know in the times that's going on, there's a lot of people frustrated, tired, losing faith, getting tired from looking at things that maybe you should looking at less and concentrating on yourself. That's what I felt, so that's what I've come to do. So I will be on again tonight, talking about hi Sue, I'm going now. Yeah, my shift and how it's shifted again. So oh, I'm still here, I'm always here, never not there. So, but hopefully I'll have it turned around the other way and you can see the artwork. I'm going to try and check. I mean, on this computer, it always looks it looks different on there. I'm going to check the lighting out tonight anyway. But hopefully, well, I will see you tonight, but it should be between 9 and 9:30. I'd say more 9ish. If I'm a bit late, it just means I'm fanny arsing around, probably trying to get a cup of tea and whatever. But I haven't got a Finn tonight, so I'm not going to be disturbed by him faffing about, not going to sleep and messing about in his bedroom like kids do. So I think that's all I wanted to say so far. So yeah, sacred space, get one if you want one, don't have to have one, but it is a nice place to be. And yeah, so thanks everybody for coming in. I'm not going to read everybody's name off, but thanks everybody for coming in. Hopefully I'll see you all tonight, and maybe some more people, because it'll be a bit later on where other people from everywhere can come in. And it's just to re-go over a few things, but where I'm at now, because the past doesn't really matter, but I can still talk about a little bit of it, but it doesn't really matter, because I know people are going to feel the same way and maybe had the same experience that I have had, I'm still having now, and the new ones that are coming in, and where I'm at with all that. So thank you, Buddy Kitty. But yes, thanks for everyone coming in, and I will see you tonight. So I'm just going to leave this like this now, and then I can come back after. So I'm about to stop streaming. Thank you everyone for helping putting the intentions out for Lydia, and hopefully Lydia will be in later, and hopefully you will feel a lot better after. I will see you soon. Bye.